Hello, this is Srinivas. In this video, I'm going to talk about Android back button. As shown in the slide, the back button is circled in red. What it does is it takes you through previously visited screens for the current app. So in this video, I'm going to cover what is the default behavior of the back button. And then we will talk about the scenarios in which you may need to customize the default behavior or enhance your default behavior to improve user experience. And lastly, we will go over the customization code for one or two scenarios. So the default behavior of the back button is when user presses the back button, it takes user through previously visited screens until user reaches home screen. So that is the default behavior. It is provided by Android system. So to have default behavior for your application, you don't need to do anything. This is the system provided functionality. But there may be certain scenarios where you want to provide the best user experience. So in those situations, to make customizations or enhancements to the default back button behavior, you need to understand how default behavior is maintained by the Android system. Android system uses stack to provide back button functionality. When user tries to open an app by clicking app icon on home screen, Android system creates a new stack for that app and places the main screen which is opened on the stack. So when user starts a new activity in the same app, that activity will be placed on top of the stack. So as user goes through the screens, all the screens will be stored in the stack in chronological order. When user clicks the back button, the current screen will be removed from the back stack, meaning it will be destroyed, and the immediately previous screen will become current, and that's what will be shown to the user. There are other scenarios in default behavior. Let's say user tries to open an app which is already open but it's inactive. In this scenario, Android system does not create a new stack for the app. It brings the existing stack to the foreground and resumes the current screen. There is one more scenario where one app tries to start or open one activity in a different application. So that activity will be placed in the stack of the app which starts the activity. So that is the default back button behavior. Now let's go over a few scenarios where you need to customize or enhance default back button behavior. One of the scenarios is where on one of your screens, app screens, you have a browser embedded in it. So when user visits few pages, on clicking the back button, the default back button behavior takes the user back to previously visited app screen. So to improve the user experience, we need to override this back button behavior to let the user traverse through the visited web pages first. Then on clicking the back button again, once the web page history is complete, we take the user to the previously visited app screen. Now let's see how we could do that. Activity class has several callback methods which system calls. One of the callback method is onbackpressed, which is called by Android system when user clicks the back button. So this is the method that you need to override to provide enhanced back button experience in the case of embedded web browser. So which activity you need to choose? The activity which is associated with a screen where browser is embedded in it. So in the code, first you check whether browser has history or not. If browser has history, then return with a previously visited page. If browser doesn't have any history, then default back button behavior by calling the super onbackpressed method, which returns the previous screen. Now let's talk about the second scenario where user starts an activity and lands on a screen in your app by clicking a notification. The default back button exits the app and takes the users to the home screen. But to provide the best user experience, you need to customize the back button behavior and take the user to one of the main screens instead of taking the user to home screen. Now let's go over the code for this customization. Customization can be injected at the time of creating the notification itself. This is the piece of code which creates and sends the notification. In this example, view coupon activity is the one which gets started, and view coupon screen is shown when user clicks the notification. On clicking the back button, default behavior takes the user to home screen. But to take the user to one of the main screens in app, you need to do two things. One, you need to set parent activity for view coupon activity, and another one is you need to create the pending intent using taskstackbuilder. Now, where you can set the parent activity for view coupon activity, which is in Android manifest.xml file. This is the activity definition for view coupon activity. So here is the parent activity setting, which is set to one more activity. As I said before, you need to create pending intent using the taskstackbuilder. So with these two settings, what happens is when view coupon activity is started, when it gets started, when user clicks the notification. So when view coupon activity is started, Android system fills the stack with the parent activity of view coupon activity. So thereby, on clicking the back button, user is taken to parent activity instead of going to the home screen. If you need complete code and additional information, please visit joftino.com, and also please leave your comments. Thank you very much.